Joshua Buatsi, thank you for speaking to talkSPORT. First off, brother, ahead of your big fight with Willy Hutchinson, September 21st. How is things, man? You all good?
Yeah, man, all good. Can't complain. It's what time is it? It's that's the English time. Right now it's 11:30 almost. So it's the morning time. I've got sparring this evening. So the day now we're just chilling during the day. And yeah, can't complain, man. Everything's good. Camp's been all
How
right
long you
so
been?
far.
How long you been out in America training for?
I think maybe like 5 weeks, I think, about that. But we had to go to London a week and a half ago to do the promo for this fight, which I think is going to be sick, by the way. Yeah, yeah, when it comes out, I hope it's sick anyways, because they had us doing a lot of work. So I hope when it comes out, we can say, all right, cool, it's worth it.
Well, you said you going for the next role in the big movie. Is that how you feeling?
They had me like feeling like a movie star. Yeah, it was good. Like some of the things we had to do, I was like, guys, like we're all boxers. What are we doing here? But it was good fun. It was a good experience as well, man. And there's a lot of investment that they put behind it, so it makes sense.
How is it training with Virgil out in the States? Do you enjoy? Obviously, you changed trainers a few years back. How has that helped you?
Still good, man. Still good. Still always learning. There's always something new, and it's good to have a watchful eye like that on me. Yeah, that's one thing I would say I appreciate. And he doesn't sleep on anything. You know, you don't get away with anything here. So it's it's good, sorry, to have that watchful eye on me. I can't take that for granted.
Obviously, your opponent, Willy Hutchinson, beat Craig Richards, same as your unanimous decision. How tough is Willy Hutchinson as an opponent for you, Josh?
We'll find out in September. But you're right, he beat Spider. Definitely a good win to get as well. I boxed Spider maybe 2.5 years ago. I'm not sure, but it's a good win for him, and I give him credit for that. As I said to him, I said, "Look, you beat Spider convincingly, so hats off to you."
Obviously, he did beat Spider convincingly. Many people wrote him off. You've always sort of been had pressure on yourself. People have expected you to win. They've expected you to rise to the top, which you've been successful, still an unbeaten fighter. How do you think it differs for yourself and Hutchinson going into the fight? Do you think the pressure's on yourself?
But there's always pressure, yeah. And I remember having this conversation in the Aziz fight, and Dan was like, "Yeah, but you don't like the pressure, just da da da." And I was like, "Dan, there's always pressure. I don't talk about it, but there's always pressure, and there's a greater pressure from myself to myself and
Mm.
my trainer to myself. So I'm like, that's the pressure I'm dealing with. The media and all that and the press, yeah, great. That's always there. That you could never take that away. So I didn't even concentrate on that. But there's pressure on myself to myself and pressure from my trainer onto me. So yeah, there's always pressure, bro. It's part of, but it's just part of what we do. It comes with it.
You know, as an elite athlete, that's true. The pressure's always on from yourself, your team. You always have a calm, collected demeanor. But during that promo, you mentioned you and Willie, there's a video surfaced. You come head to head. Josh, I've never really seen you like that. What caused that sort of clash?
It was mainly we did a gloves are off thing, and during it he was going on and saying a lot of things, and I was saying to the guys because we did two of it. One was the zone one, and the other was the TNT one. So
Mm.
on both occasions, he was just being a certain way, and I said to the guys interviewing me, I said, "Look, I'm trying my best to finish this because it's being recorded and keep it as professional as I can do. But after, I'm gonna have to adjust this guy." And he kept on going on. So I said, "Cool, do you and say what you're saying because you can do, but after I'm gonna adjust you." So I think when people see it, they're like, "Okay, cool. We've got more context behind it now," because people have only just seen the aftermath, but they haven't seen why it resulted in that. And maybe when they see it, they might be like, "Okay, we get why." So, but it's not a big thing. I grabbed someone. So what? Like it's a grab. A lot more things that can happen. So I don't even think it's a big deal, to be fair.
I mean, for me, Josh, it helped sell the fight. As a boxing fan myself, I now I'm looking forward to seeing that face-off. I'm looking forward to seeing the fight even more now. How does that affect you? Does it have a positive effect? Does it give you that extra drive to beat him in the ring?
Bro, like I said, the truth is, it's not a big thing that happened for me. So
Mm,
yeah, it's not a big thing. And the thing is, if it weren't recorded, I still have the same energy about it. I still keep the same thoughts about it. It's just that it was recorded on a phone or something like that, and it went out. But
mm.
from my stance, the whole cameras and everything had been switched off because we'd finished the actual recording. Then I took out the mic and everything, and I spoke to him. Um, but if he's made it for a bigger fight, great. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's the fight that I'm interested in. And in that moment, I just had to address him, and that's what happened. It wasn't a big thing.
Going into the rest of the division is stacked. You and Willie obviously competing for the WBO Interim Light-Heavyweight Title. Beterbiev and Bivol will meet in October. What do you make of the light heavyweight division? You got Benavidez, you got Yarde, Callum Smith. It's a stacked division, man. You must be excited for the fights you can get.
Yeah, it's very stacked, bro. And I can't take it for granted that in the whole mix of it, I'm part of it. We could be talking about all these guys and me not being part of it, but I could never take it for granted. But it's a stacked division, and hopefully these fights happen. Hopefully we won't just be um, names that are in the division, but we can actually fight each other. Hopefully.
And I know, Josh, you've been asked about this a million times. Anthony
God,
Yarde.
get
I've
out.
got to ask. Everyone thought that was the fight. Obviously, you have publicly said you want the fight. I know Anthony's got his stuff going on with Queensbury at the minute. Is that a fight you still want?
It is, man. And I thought it was what was going to be next, actually, but this fight came in, and took over. So for now, it's this fight. But it's still a fight that I'm interested in after this one. So I haven't written it off, but just right now, the Hutchinson fight is what's next.
Just going back to that Beterbiev Bivol fight, many people consider them the monsters of the division, both undefeated, have the belts. How do you see that one going, Josh?
But I'm done with calling and predicting fights. It's not something that I'm good at. Unless I'm fighting, then I can predict. But if it's anyone else, bro, it's hard for me to say, man. Um, with that fight, I always go with whose fight is more recent and much more fresh on my mind. And for me, it's the Beterbiev fight. So I'd say
Mm.
Beterbiev, but the Bivol fight might be on my mind tomorrow. So I might say actually Bivol might win. So yeah, it's like I say, I can only call a fight when I'm in it. So with this one, you just have to sit and watch.
And Josh, obviously a London boy, you grew up in Croydon, a huge fight at Wembley, 21st. How proud are you to be on such a big stage in your hometown, man?
Yeah, no, very happy, bro. Very, very happy that again, a massive event is happening in my work of field and I'm part of it. I could have been sat down somewhere and this is happening and I'm missing it. So I'm thankful to be part of it for sure. Big opportunity and one that I definitely hope to take.
Obviously, we've got the Olympics in Paris going on at the minute. Lewis Richardson fights tonight in the 71 kilos category. You yourself,
Fighting shortly, he's fighting in an hour, 30 minutes, 25 minutes,
yeah,
I think.
make sure I don't hold you for that long, bro. But yeah, you obviously bronze medalist in Rio. How important is the Olympics for young aspiring fighters?
Changes your life, man. Changes your life, changes everything. Um, and for me, it was what changed my life for sure. An opportunity that came that I never thought would come. Never ever thought would come. Getting on the national team was one thing. Um, Qualifying was another thing. Going to the Olympics was one thing. Winning a medal was a whole different thing that I said, nah, this is just me dreaming when I sleep and I think, oh, one day. And it happening was, yeah, it's changed my life. And I always want to thank everyone around me that helped me to achieve it. Um, just my family, my close friends, people that are close to me, people that helped me during that period of my life, the Olympic team, the team GB, everyone around me, man. I always want to thank them for that. It's something that changed my life for sure. So I'm grateful for it.
See, that's powerful, man. You said it changed your life. That isn't just, that's not a little thing. It changed your life, gave you the platform. 2028 Olympics, boxing isn't on the schedule. How do you think that would affect young boxers? Do you think it kills dreams?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Because the thing is, professional boxing is not big in every country. And in the countries that it's not in, the Olympics is your platform to show other promoters that you're a good fighter. So
Mm.
then usually another promoter from another country will come and take you to countries where boxing are much more bigger than it is in your country. So I think it's something that should be reconsidered. And I do genuinely hope that it's put back in, man.
And Josh, I've got to ask you, 2016 bronze medalist, 2 years from now, 2026, that'll be 10 years. What does Josh Buatsi look like in 2 years? How do you see it?
Well, I couldn't even tell you. And I'm glad you've asked because people always say, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 1 year? I haven't got a clue, bro. All I see now is what's happening in September. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Getting ready for September. I'm very short-sighted with things like that. September is the goal. That's all that matters to me right now. After September, I might be able to say what's going on in October. Bro, is in this life, yeah, people look too far ahead. And of
Mm.
course, it's to keep winning in 10 years time, however long it is. I'd like to sit here and tell you that I'm still winning, you know. But my immediate goal and where I see myself now is to prepare as to the best of my abilities for September the 21st and to cross the line and win that fight.
Josh, as you said, sight set Wembley 21st, WBO Interim Light-Heavyweight Title, Willy Hutchinson. Let the people know, how do you get the job done?
I win, bro. However it comes, if it's points, knockout, whatever it is, I win. Which is always the aim. However it comes, we take it. But just to make sure that at the end of it, my hands is lifted. Yesterday, I was watching a documentary about all these old school fighters, and what I noticed was that it was just saying who beat who. It didn't necessarily say how they did it, but when we're looking at the stats years down the line, all it said was this guy beat that guy beat him, he beat him. So that's all that matters.
You know, the way you, I know I said one last question, but the way you look at it is interesting. Do you think Turki Al Sheikh entering into boxing and saying, listen, I want the best fight and the best, you must be really happy with that because when we look back in the years, your record will be as exactly as you said.
Yeah, yeah, literally. And you know what? What he's doing for boxing is good because some of the fights that are happening, if he didn't come into the scene, they wouldn't happen, bro. So again, it's someone that you have to give credit to, man. He's putting these fights together, these amazing shows, bro. I've never seen some of the shows that he's put together. So I'm hoping that London will be the best one, and that's the one that I'm fighting on.